Next gonad is a pair of ovaries. So ovaries, females have a pair of ovaries located in the abdomen. The ovary is the primary sex organ which produces one ovum during each menstrual cycle. In addition, ovary also produces two groups of steroid hormones which are called as the estrogen and the progesterone. So the main function of the ovary, why ovary is called primary sex organ, just like testes are called primary sex organ, is because ovaries are able to synthesize the sex hormones which are found in the female as well as the female gametes. That's why they are called as the mixed glands, mixed endocrine glands, or they are also called as the primary sex organ. So in addition to producing the gametes, every month one gamete comes out when a lady enters into menstrual cycle or puberty. This continues to happen till the age of 40, 45 or 50, when she will enter into the stop page called as menopause. So first periods are called as menarche. The last periods are called as the last of the period. Stoppage of period is called as the menopause. So in addition to producing the gametes, they also prepare two types of hormones which are called as the estrogen and progesterone, otherwise called as progesterone. Ovary is composed of ovarian follicles. Now if you remember, I have told you the word FSH, follicle stimulating. So follicles are the cluster of cells which look like a nest and present inside the ovary. So follicles, ovary contains a number of follicles, and then surrounding that area we have the stromal tissue. Estrogen is synthesized and secreted by the growing ovarian follicle. Whenever the signal comes from the hypothalamus to release the gonadotropin, the message goes in the form of GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone. This hormone will go and target the anterior lobe of pituitary. Now pituitary releases the GN. GN stands for gonadotropin. Now this GN is of two types, FSH and LH. So FSH will go and target the development of follicles. So as the follicles grow in size, they will release the hormone called as estrogen. So the level continues to increase as the follicles grow from primary structure to secondary structure. This will come in 12th class. And after ovulation, now afterward what will happen? A mature follicle will rupture or burst, and this bursting will release the egg. And once egg is released, egg release is called as ovulation. So after ovulation, the ruptured follicle is going to convert into a structure called as yellow in color. That structure is called as corpus luteum. Lutein stands for yellow color. So now this body is supposed to release another set of hormone which is called as progesterone or progesterone. Now this hormone is responsible for maintaining pregnancy. So let's read from the NCERT first. Estrogen produce wide-ranging actions such as stimulation of the growth and activities of the female secondary sex organ, development of the growing ovarian follicle, appearance of the female secondary sex character. So all these things are controlled by the estrogen. So when the growth and the activity of the female sex organs are concerned, estrogen are responsible for it. When the ovarian follicles have to develop, we have already learned that this also is done with the help of FSH and the estrogen. And appearance of the female secondary sex character. So what are these female sex character? A high pitch voice, more roundness in the body contour as compared to the male. Height will not be that much, but the body will have very less hair, and then Adam's apple will not protrude outside. Voice will be different. The type of shyness the ladies develop. So all those things are the secondary sexual characters which will develop because of the involvement of the hormone called as estrogen. Even the development of the mammary glands is controlled by the estrogen. Estrogen also regulate the female sexual behavior. So the desire for the sex and all this is controlled by the hormone called as estrogen. And in parallel to that, we have progesterone hormone. Progesterone supports the pregnancy. So once fertilization takes place successfully, after the egg is released, it goes into the fallopian tube, and in fallopian tube sperm will enter if there is a successful fertilization. Then the pregnancy has to start, so the conditions have to change. Now the progesterone is going to support pregnancy, so its concentration will remain high. So progesterone also acts on the mammary glands and stimulate the formation of the alveoli. Now alveoli are those structures inside the mammary glands which are supposed to synthesize and store milk inside. So they are called as the alveolar cells, and thus milk secretion, formation of the alveoli, all these things are controlled by the progesterone. Remember, hormones are not single in their action, they always work in interaction. So there are other hormones also, like I have told, prolactin, which will also control the milk formation. So they all interact and work in such a manner that effective activities could be attained by the human body. Now the next thing is let's go through the notes also about the ovary. So the ovary is the second gonads which are found in the case of females, and there is a pair of ovaries, and the ovaries carry growing follicles inside, and these follicles release estrogen. The main estrogen is the estradiol, is the main one, and then corpus luteum, which releases the progesterone, some amount of estrogen, inhibin as well as actin. We'll be talking about these hormones in details in 12th class. And another hormone which develops after the successful fertilization and pregnancy. At the end of the pregnancy, the corpus luteum will change into corpus albicans, white in color, alba means white in color, and will release a hormone called as relaxin, required for easy delivery. We'll continue from here in the next class.